Hi everyone, Tatiana is here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most important foundations for bass players. It's fretboard hand position. I'll show you a proper technique and how microshifting can make your playing smoother, and introduce you to a classic system called Simandl that can strengthen your skills. Let's get into it. First up, your basic hand position. You want your thumb placed roughly behind the space between your first and second fingers. It might be closer to one of these fingers, it's fine. It's resting lightly on the back of the neck. Think of it as giving support, not squeezing or gripping too hard. Your palm should curve naturally, like you are holding a small ball, and stay close to the fretboard. Keep your wrist relaxed and slightly arched. Avoid flattening your fingers, use the tips, but don't make your fingers too round either, they shall be touching the strings to mute them. Your elbow can come slightly forward if needed. Don't keep it glued to your side, and don't move it far away too. Usually this is the classical and I would say the most important position for playing on the bass. One fret, one finger. The important exercise, which I believe every beginner should start with to correct their hand position and make fingers stronger, looks like this. You put all your fingers on the frets one by one and you keep them there. You can start playing this exercise from any fret, but I would recommend you to start at the 5th fret or higher, because the distance between frets is smaller here rather than here. You don't put your fingers straight onto the frets, because in this case a part of your finger will mute the sounding length of the string. You need to press them just right here, very close to the fret but behind it, because the string will sound from this metal part to the bridge. Your pinky is the weakest finger and we need to look after it. That's why we help it, and it presses the strings together with the other fingers. Look, the distance to press and the effort are much smaller if the string is already pressed before you hit it with your little finger. When you are done this, you go to another string, and next one, and next one, and then you go back. If you are not comfortable at the fret number 5, you can start this exercise somewhere higher on your bass, where the distance between frets is even smaller, and when your hand gets used to it, you can move it to the lower positions, and finally you might be able to start it on the fret number 1. Another tip, you need to use the metronome. If you don't normally play with the metronome much, start it now. First, you can start playing one note for one click. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you go on. After that, if you feel that you are fine with this exercise in this tempo, you can do a couple of things. First, of course, you can increase the tempo. And you can increase it even more if you want. And another thing you can do, you can play the same tempo, but play 2 notes per one click, or later even 4 notes, like this. 2, 3, 4. Of course, you can make your tempo slower for these exercises when you play 2 or 4 notes per one click. There are also variations on this exercise. For example, when you press the string first with all 4 of your fingers, and then you release the notes one by one. Then you can press 1, 3, 2, 4 1, 3, 2, 4. So you combine pressing the notes with releasing them, and you use all your fingers, and you need to develop a good fingers coordination to do this. And of course, these variations of this exercise shall be played with the metronome either. Now let's talk about microshifting. It's a small but powerful movement. It lets people with small hands play smoothly and correctly, and it'll keep you injury-free over time. It's a huge part of good classical technique. Instead of stretching uncomfortably across the wide frets, we shift our entire hand by a tiny amount. Microshifting is especially helpful in lower positions where the frets are bigger. This keeps your hand relaxed and avoids tension. Simandl was a double bassist from the 19th century, and he created one of the most important systems for left-hand technique. This method teaches you to use your first, second, and fourth fingers, and not stretch too far. The third finger works together with the fourth for strength. This technique was first developed for double basses, and they use it a lot. On the bass guitar, we inherit some of their traditions. It works perfectly for electric basses, not just for the uprights. So we use it too, especially in low positions, because it makes it more comfortable to play. And you don't have to stretch your hand from the fret number 1 to the fourth one. You just play 1, 2, and 3, like this. Or you can skip the finger number 2. Here's the simple exercise to practice the Simandl technique. You plug the open string E. Then you press it on the first fret with your first finger. Then on the second fret with your second finger. And on the fret number 3 with your fingers 3 and 4 both. After that you go to the next string, which is A, and you do the same. This is how you practice the technique Simandl, and of course, it's always better with the metronome. All of these techniques, one fret, one finger, and Simandl and microshifting are just gems on the bass. I would recommend you learn them all. Focus on relaxed shifts, on curved fingers, but not too much because they need to touch the strings to mute them, and on your thumb placed roughly behind your first and second fingers. Speed doesn't matter at first, smoothness and accuracy do. That's it for today. Mastering your hand position and learning to microshift will make your bass playing so much more effortless and musical. If you found this helpful, make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And let me know in the comments if you use these techniques and how they work for you. Thanks for watching and happy practicing!